All right, Samori Benjamin here with Las Vegas Aces forward Cayla George. Cayla, thank you. And we are here before Game 4 of the WNBA Finals. And this series is tied. Well, actually, the Aces are winning 2-1. Cayla, great to meet you. The first thing I want to know is, I know you're from Australia. So Australia, it seems to me, is very big on basketball. How did you get into basketball in Australia growing up?
Yeah, so I was about 9 when I first started basketball. I was playing another sport, which is a Commonwealth sport called netball, there's no backboards and there's no dribbling.
Okay.
Google it if you don't know about netball. So I was a netball first when I was really young, and then found the basketball court, and I love the physicality, and I love being able to shoot off the backboard and that I could bounce the ball and run everywhere. So after my mum and dad separated, my mum was like, can you just pick one sport for a little while? Me and my sister, so I picked basketball, my sister picked netball. And I've loved it ever since, and it's taken me all over the world.
Yeah, that's beautiful how sports can take you all over the world, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
That's amazing. Basketball transforming people's lives. That's beautiful. That's why I love sports. And I remember Lauren Jackson in the WNBA. She won the MVP several times with Seattle. You won championships with her. Was she ever someone that you looked up to while
Absolutely.
you were? Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I've looked up to Lauren my whole life, and Penny Taylor, who's also been really successful in the league here. And thank you, KB, you distracted me interview. And I actually got to play with Lauren and Penny both with the Opals. Penny in 2014 and 16 at the World Cups and the Olympics. Then Lauren last year at the World Cup, when she's come out of retirement and worked really hard to get her body right to be able to compete. She dropped 30 against Canada in the bronze medal game. So what a legend. So yeah, absolutely. Like, those women have been phenomenal Australian imports here in America, and have paved the way for a lot of us. And even Sandy Brondello, the New York Liberty coach, and Michelle Timms, Trish Fallon. I could name a lot of Aussie legends that have paved the way for us all to be here today in the WNBA.
Right, and I see a lot of really great things going on in Australia basketball, and I know that you played in that league. Now, I'm just wondering, growing up, how much did you watch the NBA and compared to leagues in Australia, and some of your favorite players or teams, were they more in the NBA or in the Australian leagues?
Well, women in particular, I would follow Rachel Swan. I think she played over here in the WNBA for a little bit. So she played for my local team, the Adelaide Lightning, in the WNBL, which is the pro league in Australia. So I watched her a lot growing up in Adelaide. But NBA, I watched a lot of Dirk Nowitzki. I really liked Dirk, and I liked that he was a tall that could shoot the three, play off the bounce. He was super mobile, and I really love that, because I kind of like to think that I do a little bit of that as well. And so him in particular. And I'd say a little bit of KD, but he's kind of like my age. But I mean, still growing up, watched him play in the NBA as well.
It's interesting because I see a lot of women out here who I can see are inspired by Kevin Durant. Even John Paul Jones, who I just interviewed, and I did not even ask her this, but she wears 35, so I think Durant inspired her too. And I see her out there shooting threes like Durant too.
Yeah, well.
Right now. Okay, so now in the Women's Australian Basketball League, I know that you won 4 championships out there, and you also, I believe, won the MVP of the league this year, right? Awesome. Talking to an MVP right here. So, what was that like, just to be able to win the championship in Australia 4 times?
Yeah, I mean, anywhere all around the world, it's really tough to win championships. And I've played in the league out there this will be my 17th season coming up. We start pro a little younger in Australia if we don't come to college here in the States, and I started pro at 16. So I've been around for a long time, been a pro for a long time, and I've won 4 championships, and they were all really tough. And I was really blessed to have really great teammates and be in really great scenarios. And I'd like to win at least 1 or 2 more before I finish playing. But they're really tough anywhere. And actually, my daughter is 1. She turned 1 last week, and I, long story short, got gifted my daughter from my sister-in-law, and so I didn't have to stop playing or recover or anything. So when she was 9 days old, I moved to Melbourne and had my first MVP season, and so I credit it all to her, because being a mum is just incredible, and she gave me that mum strength to just play at another level.
Amazing story. That's beautiful. Okay. Awesome. So it's been a very big year for you, a special year, and so I know that you're hoping to cap it off right here in the WNBA Finals with what will be your first WNBA Finals championship, right? Now, this is your first year with the Aces. So, and I know you've been in the league now for a few years, but before you got here, just how did you get to the WNBA? Like, how did you decide, okay, I'm going to come here?
Yes, my first tryout in the WNBA, I was in Phoenix in 2015, which Sandy was the coach, and I had a couple of options to come over and give it a go and have a taste, and I decided to come to Sandy just because she's an Aussie and I knew her, and I thought, coming to the world of the unknown for me over here, why not go to someone I know that I'm comfortable with? And I spent 2 seasons there in 15 and 17. I didn't come here in 2016 because it's an Olympic year. I stayed home to prep with my national team for Rio. And then, Dallas 2018, and then here now. So, it's been a bit of a different journey for me, but, I've wanted to play in the WNBA. It was on my bucket list, and here I am 4 years in, and 34, 4 years in, but everyone's journey is different, right?
Right, and you mentioned 17 professional years, a lot of basketball on your body. So how's your body holding up?
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm figuring it all out, and I do a lot of Pilates, and I think that's really helped my longevity in the game and my body movement, and I feel better now in my 30s than I did in my mid-20s. So I think, the longer you're alive, I guess the more you figure it out and you figure out your bodies and what it needs, and I feel like I've gotten it to a good point.
Pilates are key. Okay, but a couple more for you, okay? Now, first year here with the Aces, and so how exciting was it for you to be able to get an opportunity to come to this team? They were the champions last year, your first year here, so what has this experience been like for you this year?
Yeah, the team's been phenomenal. They've welcomed my husband and my child Pearly with open arms. They've been extremely friendly and welcoming and loving, and they've given me everything I've asked for, like a high chair and baby bed in the apartment, which Pearly needs. So look, they've been amazing, and the team itself, like, what a phenomenal group of women, and to be able to play with the superstars that are on this team, and just so humble, and would do anything for us as sisters, Aces sisters, and it's just really cool to be part of this culture that they've not just built overnight, they've built it over time, and you can see that. And it's as an Aussie, we're really big on culture, so to come in and just witness their culture firsthand has been phenomenal.
Okay, now this series right here has been all season long. We've been waiting for it. Las Vegas Aces, New York Liberty, before the year began, people thought that these two teams would be here in the finals, and that's the case right now, so everybody's been excited now. First 2 games in Las Vegas, that crowd was tremendous, it was rocking, and then here in game 3, it was a raucous crowd here in New York. So before we go, what's it been like to just be able to play in front of these raucous crowds and just be on this kind of stage?
That's what we play for. You want to, obviously probably hear your home crowd more than the away crowd, but some people get amped up with the away crowd anyway. But it's what it's about. It's not just about us as individuals wanting to play in front of a big crowd, it's the growth of women's basketball, and it's really exciting to see.
My last question before you kick me out, because they have practice, all right? So I noticed, okay, so you guys have played Liberty 8 times total this year. 5 times regular season, 3 times here in the finals. Both of you have won 4 matches apiece, and every game has been, the winning margin has been by double digits, except for August 28th when the Liberty won by 9. So why do you think that even though these 2 teams are very close in talent, all the games are double digit wins by whoever wins?
That's a question I can't answer. I don't know. I'm not sure, but we'll hopefully find out soon, maybe why.
Yep. Okay, so Cayla George, first year Las Vegas Aces. Okay.
I gotta put my shoes on.
Yep, 4-time champion in Australia.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. We're back.
It's not gonna be hey.